Morning, everybody. Johnny Wilson here, Nottingham Physio, sporting a new top today. So a little bit small around the arms, but it's better than the all black one. The all black one I've got makes me look like a priest. Not that there's anything wrong with priests, or well, anyway, I'm not going to get in that conversation. So today, what are we doing today? We're doing mobility and stretching today. So this is a really important session. As we get older and we do less activities, or we start doing more repetitive activities, we start losing different movements and ranges and so on and so forth. So, you know, we get into this repetition of going from sitting to standing. Hey, Jenny, nice to see you on board. We go from sitting to standing, standing to walking, maybe getting in and out of the car. So we don't really challenge the mobility or the flexibility of the body. And if you're not doing that, then you're going to lose that. So it's a use it or lose it approach. So yeah, let's get on with it today. So I'm going to start on the floor today. And we're going to start with the opposite of sitting. So what I'm going to be is I'm going to be in side lying. Now I'll hold every stretch for 2 minutes. I'll put my 30 minutes on here. So hold every stretch for 2 minutes. So what I'm doing is I'm going into side lying, and I'm going kind of into the fetal position. So get my watch ready here for 2 minutes as well. Okay. And from this position then here, I'm going to catch the uppermost leg. So I'm going to try and bring these both legs up to my chest. Okay. Oh my God. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch my lower limb. Okay. So close to my ankle. And I'm going to bring it back as far as I can. So I'm going to feel a stretch on here. And then I'm going to drop it down as much as I can. And you'll feel this stretch all along the front of the quad there. And we're going to hold that for two minutes. The things are to make sure that this leg, the front leg, is up as high as it possibly can do. And you're trying to swing that leg back as much as you can do. Now you may have to reposition to get that stretch on, but we're effectively in it now. So you should be feeling that nice long stretch there. You probably haven't seen the video, but I tore my rectus femoris. So it's one of the quad muscles. There's 4 quad muscles. You've got your vastus lateralis on the outside. That causes the patella to go track laterally or out to the outside. That causes knee pain. You've got the one in the middle down here. That's your vastus medialis oblique. That's the one that's usually not as strong. And so we're always trying to strengthen up that one on the inside. You've got the rectus femoris, which starts at the top of the hip here and actually ends at on the shin. So it goes over the hip joint and the knee joint. So it's a biarticular muscle. And that's the problem with that one. It crosses 2 joints. It's got a longer way to go, and it's more susceptible to injury. So you can see I tore mine here, and I've got this palpable gap just there. And underneath the rectus femoris, then there's a deep quad muscle, and that's called your intermedius fascialis. And that these all headed to extend the knee. So that's what they do. They pull the knee. So if the knee is bent like it is here, they pull it this way, and the knee straightens. So extends is where the knee straightens. So you should be feeling that stretch down here. Now, this is a follow-along video, so we're actually going to go through the 2-minute stretches for everything. Okay, so you're going to feel that sensation as we're going along. So you can see that we're stretching out our hip flexors, okay, iliopsoas and rectus femoris, and our knee extensors. So we're going through those, the 4 quad muscles. Okay, so that's 2 minutes. So gently come out of that, and then all I'm going to do is go on to the other side. So I'll get myself onto the other side there like that. Again, learning how to do it, what I do is I go to the side line, bring my legs up close to me, catch the uppermost leg, the leg I'm not lying on, down by the ankles, swing it back, and then drop it down if I can. Maybe it's stuck up there and it's just very tight. You're trying to get to that position, and then you're holding that position for 2 minutes. Nice time to have a drink of water as well. When I'm at home, now I stretch every day. And this is new for me, so I didn't stretch every day. And I started stretching every day because I started getting knee pain. Now I'm documenting this knee pain as we go along. So it's left knee pain. And what happens with anterior knee pain is anterior is the front of the knee, or any type of knee pain. These muscles here, these quad muscles here, get very tight, and they cause a compression of the patella, which is all. So that's the technical, the medical name for the anatomical name for the kneecap. A compression of the kneecap on the femur, on the thigh bone. So if the muscles are tight, the anterior muscles are tight, they can cause more compression of the kneecap on the femur, on the thigh bone, and that can cause pain. And, you know, maybe it causes a little bit of damage to the cartilage on the back of the kneecap as well. In between the kneecap and the femur and the thigh bone, there's also a couple of fat pads. One in particular is one called Hoffa's fat pad, and that can sometimes get trapped or be compressed as the knee goes into flexion. So as you're squatting or you're negotiating stairs up and down. So if you've got pain going upstairs and downstairs, getting in and out of the car, or if you've got moviegoer's knee, so where you're kind of sitting down for a while and you get an ache in your knee when you go to stand up, or an ache when you're sitting down, that can certainly be patella femoral joint issue, so it can be kneecap issue. And by doing this stretching can certainly help to help with the situation. That's what I'm hoping is on here. So we're just coming up to the end of that. Now I would normally do 3 sets of that. So I would do 2 minutes on each side, and then I would repeat that 3 times, okay? We're doing a follow along, so we're doing a 30-minute stretching video for whole body today. So we've done 2 minutes on each side of the quads. Now we're going to stretch out the hamstrings, the glutes, the calf muscle, and back. So how do I do that? So I'm sitting down. I'll turn to the side a little bit here, okay? I'm just sitting down like that, and I bend one leg and bring it up. Now you might have some issues on the knee there to get into that. You can't get into that position, just go to there. So you're trying to bring it up and into that position there. But the other leg, I want to kind of bring it to that position. Now, if I can't touch my leg, sometimes you can use a towel, or you can use a resistance band, and you can pop it around the back of the leg there, so that gets a stretch on, okay, if you need it. Other than that, you reach for the toe, and we're going to hold for 2 minutes. Time is on. I'm going to bring the other arm across, so I want to feel a stretch all through my lumbar, so my lumbar and my lower back muscles. Now your knee may be slightly bent at this stage. If it is, it's symptomatic of the structure, so the soft tissue at the back of the leg. So your posterior, this is the anterior aspect of the leg to the front, and the posterior aspect is everything behind. And it may be that the posterior muscles, i.e. the calf muscles, or the hamstring muscles, or the glute muscles, your bum muscles, or your back muscles are really tight. So we're holding this position for 2 minutes. The reason I hold for 2 minutes is because I feel like tissue, it gives the time for tissues, all the tissues, a chance to change. What I mean by changing its physiological properties. So we can start changing the structure of the tissue. So for the first 30 seconds, you've got all these receptors which are telling the brain, oh my God, we're stretching, we're stretching, we're stretching. And they go on high alert, so you don't get much of a change in the tissue. They say it's 7 seconds, and in the research, I think it's a little bit more than that. And for me, in my mind, I think 2 minutes helps to get more of a change in the tissue. You get deeper into the stretch. Oh, it's holding this position. Now you will feel a burn, you will feel a sensation. And the only way to change tissue is to consistently repeat it. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. And this has got to be a constant every day. So we've done our quad stretching, and now we're doing our hamstring stretch. So again, you can put the head down. Some people can get both hands on there. If you can, if you're one of those people, fantastic. That's the dream for me. That's where I want to be, but I'm not quite there yet. But I'm a lot more flexible than what I was before. So again, like that. Bend one knee, the one you're not stretching. bring it right up. That's my sore knee, but I like putting it into this position because I want to get full range on this as well. So I'm okay with that, okay? And then catch it with that same hand, time on, the other one comes across, and now I can feel a stretch on my left hand side there. So yeah, so what do I try to do? Try to do 30 minutes of stretching at the very least every day. Then I get in my knee rehab work, which consists of improving my stability, improving the strength and endurance of all the muscles that cross the knee, are associated with maintaining good structure around the knee. So my calf muscles, my groin muscles, my quad muscles, my hamstrings, my glutes. I try to improve my balance every day, because that's been shown to be a risk factor towards knee pain. And then I also try to improve my cardiovascular fitness. So I'm back on the bike, which is great. Did my first 30 minutes yesterday. Very light, very easy. I mean, this injury since mid-November. So it's been a tough road. So, you know, been a lot of reading. And I guess what is my curse, what I've used my curse, will become my gift, because I feel like the way I treat knees has completely changed. And I don't think I would have been forced into that change had I not got this absolutely problematic knee. This knee that just responds too much to everything with pain, and is taking a particularly long time to heal. So if you do have knee pain, or if you know anybody who has knee pain, then I would certainly be signposting them towards this video for sure. Great again for hip pain, ankle pain. I know I'm talking a lot about knee pain, but I hope it's my channel to talk about what I want about. Remember. Time. Okay, cool. So that's 2 stretches done, and we've already filled up 8 minutes of time. So 2 minutes on each side of the quad stretches, 2 minutes on each side on the hamstring stretches. From here, I want to look at my groin muscle, my adductor muscle. So I bring my feet, sort of my feet together, if I can, and then I catch them here like that, and I'm going to feel a stretch. So it's called the short adductor muscle, okay? So I'm just holding that stretch, bringing my feet towards me, and again, we're here for 2 minutes. So already, you know, I might have been chatting to my friend on the phone, I might be watching telly, you know, I might be relaxing in the nighttime, but I've got 10 minutes of stretching in when I've done this. And even those 3 stretches, like, I mean, if you're breaking it up into 3 lots during the day, or you can get in a little bit more in the day, it's going to make a difference. You know, if you're overweight, losing weight is going to make a difference. If you're unfit, getting fitter is going to make a difference. If you're not as strong as you should be, getting stronger is going to make a difference. If your balance isn't great, so it's like, you know, everything. It's a catch-all approach. Okay, you know, you got to be looking. You know, as human beings, we are complex and complicated, and there are many layers and factors which make each person the individual that they are. Some people put weights on the outside of their knees. So, for example, they do this. They might get a 2 kg and a 2 kg, and then just rest them up there like that. I think you got to be sitting, and you got to have a bit of support to do that. But that's certainly a possibility as well. Put them right back, maybe. I can't do it. But anyway, if I had support along my back, if I was up against the wall, maybe we'll try that on the next session. Then I'd certainly get to do that. Okay, coming up to the last few seconds. Okay, time. 10 minutes done already on the stretching. Okay, so now I'm going to go into 4-point kneeling. I do this on the side. You know, I'm using my hands to kind of, I guess, take a lot of the weight And this might be where I start off, okay? So I'm not putting my back up like that, keep my back kind of straight, my head up. And then I'm bringing my toes in, so my toes meet, my two big toes meet. Let me just show you from the back. So you can see there's like that. So I'm getting that kind of stretch on already like that. Okay? And then what I want to do is, can I rock back into a position? I'm not really putting an awful lot of weight on the knee and then back up into that again there. So I'm just looking at full range of movement. Now, you might not be here, you might just be there at the moment, and that's fine. And all we're doing is just rocking back into that position where you feel comfortable. We don't want any knee pain, we just want to stretch. So wherever you are is wherever it is, okay? So feet together, ankles turned, heels turned out, toes touching, and come back into that position. You might be able to go like that, sit up like that in that position there. You might be able to come up into that and down there. I know I wasn't able to do this a few weeks ago, but the start off position is just rocking back, sitting into that position there. And then if you're a bit more brave and you've got the knee range and it's not painful, you can pop into that position there. Okay, from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross my left over my right, like that, and I'm going to reach it back away from my left. I'm going to reach it back as far as I can. And it's my right side, I'm going to be feeling a stretch on. So I'm pushing over to the right side. I'm looking up towards the right side, and I'm going to feel a stretch on my glute, okay? So I'll do that again. So you can see. So I'm just going to move these weights out of the way. So cross one leg over the other, bring it back as far as I can. When I'm stretching, it's this knee here, well, the muscle on the outside. And then if I go onto my elbows, I'll feel that stretch a bit more. I'm just holding that stretch. So if you can't feel it, move around, find that place. Good. And we'll come back into the center. Now obviously we're going to do the other leg. The other leg comes across, slides out, unbelievable there. And then down, now I'm feeling the stretch here. If I look up towards that side, I'll feel that stretch a bit more. I'm kind of pushing that hip out a touch. Yeah, holding that stretch. Doing really well. And just check, make sure nobody's messaged me on the group. And Crompton, sorry Johnny, I've not been able to join in recently. She's not very well. I hope you get better soon, Ems. And look forward to seeing you back in the group when you're feeling better. Okay, cool. Do not bad. Ah, see it's on my board. Okay, standing groin. So, what we're going to do in this one is we're going to be putting our legs out as far as we can. Okay, again, this is another 2-minute stretch. Legs out as far as you can. You can put your hands down to make it a little bit easier. Or, if you want to make it tougher, fold your arms like that, and then you're going to take more weight across the groin. It's quite difficult for 2 minutes. You want to feel the stretch on the insides of the groin. Okay, do really well. 2 minutes. And one side might feel a little bit tighter than the other. My aim in 12 months' time is to be able to do the splits. So hopefully I'll be doing this sideways on. I'm about 2 inches away from that side, and probably 2 inches away from that side, so I'm 4 inches away from getting to the wall at the moment. So hopefully that will improve the next time we do a class like this. So this is a good class to do if you're, maybe you start off with 30 minutes and then you're going into one of your high intensity, low impact classes that we've already been doing. Okay, good. And my right side is a lot tighter than my left side. Last 20 seconds. Ten seconds to go. Ooh, I find that really tough. So slowly come out of it, nice and easily. Just come out of it. Just like that. Okay, cool. Next one are going to be toe touches. Right, so I'm standing. I know you can't see me at the moment, but I'm going to stand up, reach up, and then down and touch my toes and hold for 10 seconds. Okay, we ready? Okay, reach up and then down. Do 6 of these. Hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One done. Number 2. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 done. My goal here is to be able to do it, and I put my palms flat on the ground. 10. I'm nowhere near that. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 done. The 4. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 done. 2 to do. Number 5. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Next one's going to be a calf stretch. So you can either, I use the slant board. Okay. Or if you haven't got a slant board, you can use a step. Okay. I'll show you on both before we start. I have a drink of water. Okay, time is flying. 7.5 minutes left. Okay, so on the slant board, I'd have one leg on it, holding onto something, the other leg in the air, and I'm like that. If I'm off a step, all I'm doing is just lowering my heels so I can feel that stretch at the back of my knee and lower. Okay, we're ready. First 2 minutes and go. So I'm using the slant board, leaning slightly forward, keeping my standing knee, my weight bearing knee, the leg that I'm stretching my calf muscles out. I'm keeping that knee straight. I can put the other one down the ground beside it. But I'm effectively hanging out here for 2 minutes. Now, if you've got a little bit of problem with knee extension, straightening your knee, if your knee doesn't straighten as much as the other, this is another very good exercise for that. If you've got reduced ankle mobility, and this is one that, you know, it'll highlight that ankle, that lack of ankle mobility, and it's something that we work on. And you'll find that kind of, that tightness, that burn, and we just want to hold this position for 2 minutes. And again, one side might be a little bit tighter than the other. And that may be contributing to asymmetries or imbalances within the body. Everybody's going to be asymmetrical. Nobody's going to be, you know, the left side is not going to be the same as the right side. The fact that you write with one hand means that, you know, the nervous system could never be the same as the other one, as the other side. And writing is becoming an archaic type of activity, isn't it? Now with laptops and mobile phones and, you know, who handwrites letter anymore? I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Yeah, my guess is you don't. My guess is you used to a lot more. I remember when I was 17 or 18, I had my first girlfriend. And I'm Irish, so I was living in Ireland. In fact, I'll mention her name actually. Her name was Marie Daly. And I left for the summer, as you do as a young lad. And so I used to write her a letter every week. Handwritten letter every week, you know. Don't know what I was getting on. She'd write back to me. That's 2 minutes. Anyway, the upshot of it was I'd gone away for the summer and kind of crossed wires really. Like I thought it was kind of over because no, I assumed it was over between the two of us. And but you know, I'm a nice guy, so I was writing a letter every week. She was writing one back. But then she assumed it was still on. You know, not that I was with anyone during that summer either, like, but you know, anyway, we fell out. You know, so Marie Daly, you have a bit of responsibility there to take because, yeah, it was certainly not on my part anyway. I was just being very friendly. But there you go. Didn't expect to hear that on YouTube, did you? And you're free to reply to that, respond to that Marie Daly if you ever see this YouTube video. But anyway, so yeah, that was that one. Right, less than 60 seconds to go. I'm a little bit tighter on the right hand side, only because I stretch so much on the left hand side. So I should do a bit more stretching on the right. Nearly there, guys. 3 minutes 30 left. Imagine that. Crazy, isn't it? Time goes so quick. 30 seconds left on this one. Okay. Last 20. So the next one, you may need a chair or something small to put your knee on. We're just going to do a bit of joint mobilization. Okay. 5 seconds. And time. Right. So next exercise you can do with a chair or a low weight, or if you've got no issues, you don't need a chair or the step. So we've got our chair here, and then we've got a step here. Okay. And then I'll show you me do it without, I don't use a step. Okay, let me just do this for a second. So what it is basically, if you've got some knee pain and stuff like that, then I suggest that you use a step. And what you're doing is you're trying to just gently mobilize into that position there. So you hold that position. You feel a stretch down this leg. This leg is not the focus. The focus is on the knee here. And you hold that for 6 seconds, hands on the hips, and then you come back out. If that's too easy, you can reduce the height of the step. So now I've got my leg up there, leg goes back there, and then I can go into that position here. If that's too easy, then you can do it with your foot on the floor, okay? I'm going to do it with my foot on the floor because I've worked towards that, all right? So both feet facing forwards. We're going to do 6 on each side, and we're going to hold the stretch for 6 seconds. So do a little bit like that, okay? So down, try and keep that front heel on the ground, knee forward, feel the stretch on the back, lean back, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, that's 1 done. You might have your foot on the stool at this stage. I would suggest you start off like that. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 done. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 done. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 done. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 done. One more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 done. My back knee does not touch the ground. I don't know if with the lighting if you can see that, but it doesn't touch the ground. 6 on the opposite side. Okay, either firmly up on the chair, on the step, or whatever, or on the ground if you've got no knee pain. Forwards, lean back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 done. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 done. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 done. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 done. 2 to do, and we have got 5 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 done. We started, so we'll finish. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 done. Okay, guys, that is exactly 30 minutes and 5 seconds of stretching. Really good to repeat this, keep this going. Consistency, continuity is everything. You can do it at home. You need very minimal equipment. And then obviously you can benchmark your own progress because you'll either have less symptoms, you'll have more range. And that's a part of the bigger program of improving your strength, your fitness, your balance, and your mobility. 4 pillars, as well as how you eat, how you sleep, how you think. Nottingham. Enjoy your